Hello, Anthony Vernon from B10.com, and this is Luke Nuetzmann, if I pronounce that correctly. Luke Netz
Luke Nuetzmann.
Luke Nuetzmann. I am very sorry for butchering your
Yes,
last
that's okay.
name. Because
No, nobody knows how to pronounce it. It's fine.
Luke Nuts, man, Nuts. Luke Nutzman is how he shall go, or just Luke. Luke sounds better.
Luke Nuetzmann.
Luke Nuetzmann. Alright, so
Yes.
I'm here, and if you don't know who he is, I'll just run down really quickly. He's a YouTube Let's Player. Most popular for his Angry Birds and Bad Piggies Let's Plays, if I'm not mistaken. But he's
Yeah,
not.
for some reason.
Hey, good games, don't matter. Simple, good. But he'll play pretty much anything. He has lots of Skyrim Let's Plays, just pretty much an all-around eclectic gamer, I should say, or eclectic Let's Player.
Yeah,
And
something like that.
yeah, and I'm gonna be here to ask him a few unprepared questions, cause winging things is much better than actually preparing. You know how that works. All right. So first question for you. You ready for
Uh-huh.
this? You sure you got the words to this?
What?
You sure you're ready for a question? Can you handle
Oh
it?
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. All right. So first question is: as a Let's Player, how important do you see Let's Playing to the community of gaming?
Oh, it's not as important as it used to be. I'll tell you.
Reason being?
I, I mean, ever since the ability to monetize came around, I think a lot more people have been interested in it because there's that chance of actually making money, and then on top of that, it's like, okay, this guy. I mean, originally when Let's Plays started, it was all just 8-bit, 16-bit, like really old games. Nobody did
Right.
new games. And so everybody wants to one-up everyone else, I suppose. So, okay, well, then let's start doing these PC games that are, only a couple years old. And before you know it, everybody just jumps on the bandwagon. Bioshock Infinite comes out, and there are like 80 different Let's Plays of Bioshock Infinite.
Right.
So it's not really that hell. And I mean, come on, everybody. The one advantage probably to Let's Playing, in terms of the gaming community at least, was the fact that games were getting their name out there, and maybe it was selling more product. Maybe.
But you don't think it's good for like independent games, because it's just as easy to capture an independent game as it is a mainstream game, and now you can have the same press and publication with an independent game, and you can have that same and a popular YouTuber, like let's say Flappy Bird, that was good for that game. You know how it got its popularity. It's not because people just found it. It's PewDiePie, clearly, if you look it up, and he's the one who got that game spreading. Otherwise, no one would have been addicted to that awful,
Oh Jesus!
awful
Did
game.
PewDiePie do that?
Yes, he did. Unfortunately, it's his
Yeah,
fault.
figures.
Go find him.
Total Biscuit coined this great term the other day, like as a game genre that's emerging called PewDieBait, where it's just like really dumb games. It's all PewDieBait. Pewdie will bite, and then everybody buys it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's okay. Flappy Bird, it's bad, but it's not terrible. It's entertaining enough. It's actually not. It's just hard. That's the only reason it's bad. It's actually a pretty good, simple game. But
Right.
that's surprising your answer as a Let's Player, because most people are like, yeah, it's nothing but good. I've never heard anyone answer that. Oh, this is such. It's not that good.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I kind of miss the old days when people just did it. I mean, I can't be. I'm not trying to make myself sound
English.
better than them because I'm not. I monetize my shit too,
Right.
but I don't know. I kind of miss the old days when people just did it for the sake of doing it rather than for the money.
Right,
But,
because now this whole
But
company
yeah,
is
I mean,
dedicated.
for indie games, absolutely. Like you look at like Minecraft, that game wouldn't have done nearly as good if it weren't for the fact that they had this
That
awesome
every
user
9-year-old
license
and their
agreement.
son. Well, wait.
Yeah.
Every 9-year-old and their brother, not their son. 9-year-olds having sons. But other than that, every 9-year-old has a Let's Play of like Minecraft. It's all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So I can see how it's beneficial in that regard. I just feel like Let's Plays aren't as good at like I
they
don't.
lost
I
their
tend to,
joyous. They lost their fun. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I'd much rather watch like a 10-minute long video just on the game that someone took like a month to make and edit. Like JonTron or something like
Or
that.
like
where
Merc
it's-
Music. Yeah.
Yeah,
does that too.
where they actually took a lot of time and kind of put it all together, rather than just watch an 8-video series on a game that someone just they just sort of pooped out the videos as they went along.
Well, I guess Rooster Teeth is kind of both of that. They have their, they have their variety. I guess they fill the needs of all the community, and that's a whole company dedicated around, video games and Let's Playing, and they have their other stuff like their Ruby project, which is, which is actually it's a pretty okay series, I guess. I liked it. I enjoyed it. They're very short,
Yeah,
but whole companies now are dedicated to this. When it first started, it's just some guy just figured out how to capture his game and put it on YouTube just because he could. So
yeah, it's insane. It's supposedly, I guess, it started off on awful forums, so I never went there. But originally, it was just like a screenshot and then talk about that part of the game, and then another screenshot.
Huh?
If you want to go all the way back to the beginning.
Right. Okay, now I got another question for you. Now we got that. What's out of all your Let's Plays, like, what's been your first, like, actually, name actually some of your favorite games, like, favorite games to Let's Play, favorite games, just in different categories of just name off some stuff. I'd like to hear some of your tastes in gaming.
Well, I definitely enjoyed making Fallout 3. Let's play Fallout 3.
Just a good game series, flat out.
Yeah, it's so story driven too. It's a lot of fun. You can all the choices you could make. I mean, you could literally watch like 10 different Let's Plays on it, and each one I'm sure would be drastically different.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that was a lot of fun. And what else? Congo's Caper. I liked making that. I don't know why. I think because it's like broken up into these different worlds, and each one is like perfect. It's like 8 minutes it takes you to get through each one roughly. So it was just really perfect for me.
And quick, yeah, it's good for video making. The 8-minute clips are just good to throw out and release.
Yeah, it was very considerate of them to consider that before they made that game.
I'm not sure if they meant to make the game around Let's Plays.
Considering YouTube didn't exist yet, no, probably not.
Well, maybe they just knew. They had some, psychics, future tellers, wizards in there. They're like, oh, there's this thing, and yeah, we're gonna make these perfect.
Yeah, could be. Plus, it's a kids game. Kids games are great to do Let's Plays of.
I can play different versions of Pokemon and still be satisfied.
Yeah. Oh man, those Pokemon Let's Plays go over really well.
I don't know.
I just mean people tend to get a lot of views out of them. It seems like.
Because everyone just loves Pokemon. Like the Twitch plays. Did you see any of that?
As in, like, streamers that play Pokemon on Twitch?
Yeah, did you see? Well, there's actually there's a specific thing called Twitch Plays, and what happens is you haven't heard of it yet, where you have this program, and this coder made it, and people are entering controls into the game. So 10,000 people at once are entering controls to play the game.
Oh, Jesus.
It's really interesting to watch. And so, that part in the original games where you leave the second city. Why can't I think of its name? It's the one with the museum where Brock is in.
Pewter.
Pewter, yeah. And how there's like that section with like you drop down like the little hill jumping thing where you fall down and can't get up? They spent, I believe, it was about, I want to say, a good third of the Let's Play on that.
Oh, Jesus.
And then another third was spent in the arcade, the Team Rocket arcade. You know how you have to move around a lot and get to different places? Well, you have 10,000 people entering commands at once, so...
Oh, God.
And Pokemon, and 11, tons of Pokemon got dropped out all the time, so it was a mess.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that sounds horrible.
A Twitch, I'd love to see is Majora's Mask. Could you imagine that on a timer?
No, I don't want to imagine that.
Just 10,000 people. Ah, no, beat the moon. That's golden.
The only way that would work would be if you had something like Space Invaders, where you have 3 different controls to use.
Yeah, but even then, you run into the little missiles, or someone's like, "Hey, I'm gonna troll and run into a bug." Oh,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no matter what, you're gonna have a troll.
Jesus. Wait, okay, so how does that work? Do you... okay, so 10,000 people,
each person
5,000 of them press left.
Well, they implemented a system called Anarchy and Democracy. Anarchy is every control the game would do, and each control was delayed by about 30 seconds, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And then Democracy is whatever was the most common command was, put in, and people would vote either Anarchy or Democracy. People were actually really nice, because most people voted Democracy most of the time. Then you have, the jerk every once in a while, Anarchy, Yeah. And then, enough jerks get on, and it's just, left, everyone just... It's kind of...
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and actually that was a system implemented later, because the Let's Play was taking way too long. So they had to implement that system.
Well, that's cool.
That's
cool. I mean, it's a cool idea.
They've done it, I think, for Red. I think they're doing it for Crystal. They think they finished Crystal. I think they're moving on to games. I think they're doing a Legend of Zelda one. I don't know. Yeah, I'm talking about the official one. There's probably plenty of unofficial ones now.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's a cool system. All right,
Huh.
what was the original? Oh, right, other games you enjoy. There we are.
Um. Well, I started doing Let's Plays because there were I got into Let's Plays really early, like just watching them. I was just a fan of them.
Yeah.
And one day I was like, okay, so what about? I was like trying all these different games. You know, Mario 3. Oh, hey, let's play Mario 3.
Yeah, why not?
And this is back when, for the most part, if you wanted to watch a Let's Play of a certain game, there was only one person that had done a Let's Play of that game. Like, that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, now there are tens of hundreds of
Oh, no, you can find, again, every 9-year-old and their brother doing Minecraft.
yeah, and breathing heavily into the mic.
Oh, and, like, getting really mad on Call of Duty. You knifed me!
But yeah, anyway, so I was really into watching Let's Plays, and one day I was like, oh, what about Super Star Wars for the SNES? So I looked that up, and there wasn't one. I was like, you know what?
That's mine. Called it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make one. So I did, and I ended up doing the whole trilogy, and then by the end of that, I was like, well, okay, let's do this game, and then let's try this game, and I just kept going and going.
Yeah, now it's just hard to find the person that, did it first. If there even is the person that did it first anymore.
Oh, man, I remember one of my old Let's Player friends was like, oh, yeah, I started doing this Let's Play, but then I realized this other guy had made one, so I went ahead and took it down, because he had already done it. So.
Yeah, but that's not how the system works anymore.
No, there's no.
He didn't. No, he's stuck in the old ways. He's with his cane, his dentures. You kids steal my YouTube spots.
Oh man, yeah.
But
it doesn't work that way anymore.
Oh,
but yeah,
no.
the Super Star Wars games for sure. Those were great to do.
I'll tell you what. I don't own a NES myself. I have a friend who owns a NES, and he has a great collection. He has a ColecoVision, a Super Nintendo, the Nintendo system, an N64, GameCube, PlayStation, Xbox 360, just Xbox One, PlayStation. He's just everything. Pretty much.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I do not have the time nor the money for that.
He does not have. Well, he has the money. He has the time. Yeah, he has both. So I'm like, he doesn't. Wait, he does. Now that I think about it, but and there's some good old ones, but man, they're all hard. Like playing Pitfall on the ColecoVision.
Oh god, yeah. I tried so hard to do a Let's Play of Pitfall actually for the Atari, but my goal was I didn't want to die.
Oh yeah, no, that's not how it works.
So all I could do was start recording and commentate all the way through, and then I die. Scrap the recording and try again. I did about 5 of those, and I just gave up.
You should just have released a montage of death for Pitfall.
Yeah, actually, that wouldn't have been too bad. I was genuinely very angry when I started dying towards the end there.
No.
It would have been good watching.
Man, it's the guy in Pitfall is like Tarzan, like got a hold of just some drugs, and it just doesn't know what he's doing anymore. Oh, I fall off the vine.
Jump on the heads of alligators. That's a great idea.
But some of those old games are actually really, really fun. But I think getting into gaming, I was a GameCube and Game Boy kid, so yeah. And Smash Bros I'd say is Melee's that game is the game to me.
GameCube is actually I haven't really played too many GameCube games, but from what I've seen, it seems like it's probably quite possibly one of the, if not the most underrated game console.
It is probably, it still stands the test of time now. Like you play a GameCube game and you play Melee and you play Brawl, and in many ways Melee is actually just better. Even graphically, it's a little worse, but nothing to get mad at. It was just a good system graphically, and just the games that came out of it. Like they re-released Wind Waker on the Wii U, which was a GameCube game, and they made very few changes. They actually got rid of stuff. Because,
and Pikmin started on the GameCube as well. Yeah,
Pikmin. What was Super Mario Galaxy? Was it? No, Super Mario Sunshine. My mistake. But
that's
yeah. And some of the best Mario parties were on there, like 7. I think that was the last.
A lot of people consider that to be the best.
That was the last good one, and that was the best. Mario Party 8 on the Wii was just, it was awful.
It was way too gimmicky with that controller.
They didn't even take advantage of that. The issue with Mario Party 8 is they just took out a lot of stuff and replaced it with they're just missing so much. It just lost its magic, and also you couldn't like plug in GameCube controllers like you could for other Wii games, like early Wii games. So that kind of made it disappointing.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I liked at least how they had a crossover. They let you play your old GameCube games on the Wii. So,
and not to mention that dock you could get. You stick on the bottom and play GBA games on it.
That is true, but I never bought one of those because I had a Game Boy still.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Now I just emulate on my iPad because,
Yeah, that's the main. I just get the emulators. I'm not interested in collecting the consoles.
Although things that suck about the emulators, sometimes they just sometimes you have to get different emulators for each system, which is kind of a pain because it's I don't know, it's just the way the downloading works. Like it tells you like the emulator is like, oh, this is all purpose Nintendo, and then it just lies to you.
Oh yeah.
And then sometimes it just takes a while to find a good one that'll let you play your games.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what happens when you get free stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Any other mobile games you're into since you are the man of Angry Birds?
Cut the Rope. Although I've already done a Let's Play of that one.
But still good.
That was a well-designed game.
Balance.
What else? Well, actually, it's mobile now. It's Hearthstone. Hearthstone's going mobile.
Oh, really?
That's an amazing game.
Yeah.
I play that religiously every day.
Nice.
But other than that, I mean, Candy Crush. I don't like it.
Infinity Blade. That's one you're missing.
Which one?
Infinity Blade. Have you played that one?
Oh, I have. Actually, somebody offered to pay me money. I think it was my network offered me money to play Infinity, like do a Let's Play of it.
Oh, it's worth it.
I was like, what?
Yeah, and it looks like a real game. Controls are a little, weird, but other than the controls being a little messed up, it could be a console game, to be honest, if you had it, set it up well.
I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I didn't have a way to capture it or anything, so I didn't bother playing.
See,
that's now that I have an Android, that might be something I should look into.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there's some good capturing apps out there, but Candy Crush actually, back to that one. There's a channel, Extra Credits. Have you heard of it?
No.
Good. They are a channel that talks about game development a lot because they have a developer and just the host is just someone who's really passionate about gaming. And they had a Candy Crush episode that was a really interesting take on their monetization and how brilliant it is. And actually, it's really smart because you've played, right? Candy Crush, yeah. And I don't touch it because it's just I don't like doing what everyone else does because I'm on the hipster status,
Yeah.
So, but the system, you can pay for turns.
And, I know.
Yeah, and have you ever paid for a turn?
No, fuck no.
Yeah, see, well, you're good. You're not among the suckers that have, but that's probably they're talking about the Candy Crush. The game doesn't release most of its information about how they monetize. They just release the numbers, but they theorized how much people pay just for those turns, and how it's like a Bejeweled clone, but better because of the way it monetizes itself and the way its level design.
Yeah.
But still,
and speaking of Bejeweled, it sucks too because PopCap's taking cues from that now, and they're coming out with all these free-to-play models for like Plants vs. Zombies 2, and it just it ruins everything.
Yeah, I don't know. PopCap is just they just want to stuff their throats with money, kind of like EA and a lot of other game companies. That's why Valve is the best.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, thank you for Steam, thank you for Gmod, thank you for Portal, Portal 2, Left 4 Dead, Team Fortress. Do I need to go on?
No.
That's of all the game companies, that one's just they're the king. I'm sorry, and EA actually wanted to buy them, and I think Valve released a statement saying we'd rather disintegrate as a company than be bought by you, EA.
Yeah.
Boom.
Absolutely.
That's like a drop the mic moment and just walking away.
Yeah.
He takes his little portal gun, just leaves.
Yeah.
Which you've played? Have you played any of the Portals?
Oh yeah, I've played through
of
both
course.
of them many times.
Just making sure you weren't the one person in the universe who hasn't.
No. I was actually I tried to find. There's no really good Let's Play of Portal where I mean there could be.
It's a hard game to Let's Play because it's so perfect and you don't want to ruin on commentary.
Well, and they play it assuming everyone watching knows exactly how the game works already. I would like to see one where they kind of take a little they don't have to stop and just stand there and explain how the game works.
So here's Gladys and here's my gun. This is the complete storyline.
Well, I mean, like some people have a hard time grasping, I guess, the concept of the portals. Like, I'd just like to kind of explain it a little bit better. If I was going to do a Let's Play of it, that's how I would do it.
No, of course.
I would be more informative, I guess.
Right, but it's just a game you get immersed into so much. You just want to you just want to go into it already, because it is a good storyline and well made.
Yeah,
And actually,
especially since I've already played it, I'm like, okay, let's get this thing going. Come on.
Yeah.
Give me the portal gun.
yeah. Actually originally it was made by college students, just a group of I believe around 13, and then Valve paid to help them out, and then they bought the game outright, and then they hired their own team to develop the second one. So. And I think they kept a lot of the original 13 onto their new team. So they became Valve employees, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But, oh shoot, I had something else to add. Oh, also, are you a big Steam trader, by the way? Speaking of Valve.
Yeah, I'm more into selling my cards and then amassing enough money that when a game comes on sale for like $2 or something, I can go, hey, I've got that money.
Have you heard of... Actually, there's a rig that my friends had. He's Brazilian, but he set up a rig with 4 friends, and what they do, they just exclusively TF2 trade with like just random people on like forums, and they just kind of like just kind of trick them and stuff. They each split $1,000 between 4 people.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and the kid's already rich, so he just because he can buy a computer and waste his time doing that. $1,000.
But now that's just all Steam credit, right?
No, what they did, they just sell the items. No, they actually they'd sell them into their PayPal.
Oh, okay. Oh wow. Well, that's different then. I know. I guess Valve has a system set up where you can kind of like make your own like TF2 mods or your own TF2 items and actually sell them.
They let you make mods for everything.
Yeah, like there are some motherfuckers that make a living doing that.
Yeah, like Gmod is that for sure.
Jesus.
Yeah, Gmod was the guy just modding Half-Life 2. There's some really good, and Half-Life 2 is just the most modded probably game ever, and it's just because they released the code for it. They literally gave the flat-out code for the game, and so people have just changed that game up so much and made some really good stuff.
Wow.
Do you have a favorite mod? Any good ones? Besides Gmod, but because that's the best one. But
I don't play too much Half-Life 2. My favorite mods are just any general like enhancement mods for like Skyrim. I have a lot of just mods that like make the sounds better, like better sound effects, or just anything small that helps immerse you into the game, but without changing the gameplay.
Yeah,
basically.
I saw this mod that was it was a video of this channel called Retsu Prey, and they make fun of the 9-year-old and his brother type Let's Players. And the guy set up his mod to change the color of the laser. That was the mod in Resident Evil like 4 or something, but that's it. And so it's like he was going. Half the video was just, okay, guys, vote on which color you want for the laser. I'm thinking light blue, but I have green right now.
Oh God!
As dumb as that.
Oh, classic.
It was still, and the guy was. I mean, he was horrible at the game, also, which made it even better. So, personally, I don't see. I guess thank you for the people that program the mods, but doing it yourself is just so. It's just hard.
Yeah,
it takes a while.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, you need to read a lot before you can start really doing anything.
And if you've done any coding, I do HTML, and just if you mess up one thing, your whole let's say the website you're making just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, you put a comma in the wrong place, a picture ends up in the top corner, I did not want you there, but thanks.
Yeah. Why aren't you centered?
No, div, wait, that's not code anymore, center, no. Right, because the code also changes.
Yeah.
Those JavaScript people, those tricky JavaScript people.
Damn you, CSS.
Burn to hell, CSS. But yeah. Alright, so you obviously have gone to Skyrim mods, haven't you? Come on. Any good Skyrim mods? Have you seen the My Little Pony one?
No. Oh, yeah, I heard of that.
Oh, it's so dumb. It's just everything's just My Little Pony. You can have although actually I heard about it. I think an older version, you couldn't delete it. Like, it stuck with the game forever. So you like, basically lost a copy of Skyrim to My Little Ponies.
So it was more like a troll mod.
Yeah,
Basically.
it was a troll mod.
You got to be careful. There's some terrible mods out there that will break your game.
That's why I go with like the Steam official ones. Like there's this, there's this No More Room in Hell, which is a zombie mod, which is good. Gmod, other stuff, and anything like that. Actually, Valve actually also helped make some mods for or some DLC, I should say, not mods, but DLC for Skyrim actually.
Oh really?
They did they put a little robot, one of the little robots from the Portal game, like in a really like far off, like middle of nowhere type place, and they built like a new building for it.
Yeah, I used to have that one. I never got anything. I mean, when you go to the level up screen, you can see the Wheatley dude like.
Oh, see, because it's so far away and it's in such an unknown place, a lot of people didn't find it when they got that DLC, and it was
okay.
So, you just pretty much follow around the robot. It would follow you. I think you'd have to do a mission for it, and then you just finished up with magic power and launching it into space.
Oh.
Yep, that was it.
Weird.
Yeah, and it would just say random stuff. It was like a little buddy.
Well, I remember they basically made it just to kind of show, hey, we've got this new Steam workshop, works with Skyrim, check it out. We made our own mod you can check out. Here's how it works.
Because we're cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Valve is awesome.
Valve is awesome. All right, so do you have any favorite Let's Players personally that you would,
Who do I watch right now? I've been watching Definition because he's my friend.
Yeah, shout out. That's a shout out for you, by the way.
Definition, DEAFITION.
Because that's how you spell it.
Yes. Who else do I watch? I've been watching some Bear Taffy. I usually just watch people who I know and have met lately. Cool. I haven't been watching too many super popular people, I guess. I've been watching Mike Mnemonic for a very long time. He kind of stopped doing Let's Plays, but he used to do a lot of sort of obscure, just really weird survival horror stuff that came out on the PS1, kind of under the radar.
Right.
Just really weird shit you've never seen before.
Any games you just got inspired to buy after seeing those, or just...
Oh, God, no. I find that I tend to watch Let's Plays of games that I have absolutely no intention of buying, but I'm curious where the story's going.
I wonder if he dies.
Yeah, or...
$50.
I wasn't the least bit interested in Devil May Cry 4, so I watched a Let's Play of that because I was curious about the story and what they do with this new character, who was Nero, and all that crap. I was curious about it, but I had no interest in buying. After I played DMC 2, I was like, hey, this is exactly like the last one. I'm done.
I don't know. Every time after watching Zero Punctuation, he just crushes my hope in games, especially Devil May Cry. He just ripped that one to pieces. He's
really?
One of the escapist journalists. He rips. You know him. Do you know him?
Nope.
Zero Punch. He's works for the escapist, and he's. If you want to hear the most negative rant on all gaming, just boom, boom, boom. He just rips everything.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's.
Oh wait, is that British dude?
The Australian.
Oh, Australian. Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the hat in the cartoon.
Yeah, that guy's great.
He takes every game. It's just like nope. Which is, I guess, pessimist. Other than Portal. So. Yeah, that's it. All right, so I think that about wraps it up. Thank you for doing this with me.
And thank you for inviting me over.
No problem. A fist bump from, screen. All right, peace.
See you later.